Mark 1, verses 1 through 3. The beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, as it is written in the prophets. Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. The voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his path straight. Mark 1, verses 1 through 3.
It's the Mac-Man Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far. Tune in quick, cause you might just miss the best show this side of the city. It's the Mac-Man Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far. Just miss the best show this side of the city. It's the Mac-Man Morning Show. 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 Car, no matter if you're near or far. Tune in quick, cause you might just miss the best show this side of the city. It's a Mac-Man Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far.
Well, good morning, grand rising to each and every one of you on this wonderful, wonderful day that we have. Let's see, wait a minute, something that's not right here. Let me see. All right, is that it? I don't know what that is. Let's see. Grand rising to everybody, grand rising. Good morning, grand rising to you, to all of you wonderful, wonderful people. This is the Mac-Man Morning Show. Right now it is 3 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock in the morning. Somebody said, Foxy said that the music has she up now for real. She get you a cup of coffee and you get ready at 9 o'clock every day, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 a.m. on the East Coast. That's over there for Alice and them and everybody, all of our wonderful friends over on the East Coast. But in the Central Time Zone, y'all know all of our northern folks in Illinois, Indiana, all of our great people in the Mid-South and in the South in the Mississippi Delta. We're remembering the folks in the Delta, and welcome to Keisha. The stylist is here. She just stuck away at everything. We're grateful. My reader is back, and he had, when you got school and other activities and things, you ain't got no business being boggled down with what we do. But he's faithful, and we're grateful. Y'all gonna know him soon, real soon. I ain't gonna tell y'all everything. Sharon Reed, the alto section leader of the church, to Deacon Alvin Moore, our chairman of our deacon board, and our apostle Anthony Reed, we say good morning to all of you all. To Alice, our chief usher. I don't know what we're gonna make. We make Roxy a trustee or something. I don't know. You know, she look like she'd collect the money. And Keisha the stylist is security and looking out. You know, so y'all be nice. That means that we're all here together, sharing up in the choir stand. So you never know. See, I went to a church when back in the day, my first church. I'm gonna say this. I just want to discuss this with y'all for just a second. And y'all think I'm playing. There are people that y'all think folks carrying their guns now. There are people in church, the ushers, the nurses, the deacons. Folks, they had their stuff. You wasn't gonna come up in there talking about you gonna raise sand and do some things up in that church. It was folks, they shouted and they had their stuff. But anyway, my shouts out to and my condolences once again to the Alex family. Mrs. Hattie Alex has passed on and gone on to glory. Wonderful woman, wonderful spiritual woman. Her and her wonderful husband, who's gone on also, Brother Elder Pastor Benny Alex. Wonderful people. And we're praying for Patricia, for Charles Thomas, and Patricia Alex, her brothers, and the family, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Wonderful family that I'll never forget. Never forget the people that you say what? Wait a minute now. See, I started some trouble. See, you're going to tell everything. You say you've been a trustee, youth director. That's okay. You the mission board president. Where you go? Uh-oh, she said she got something to do. Also, signs. You sang in several. See, you all in all, you be the missionary, mother of the church or some missionary. You said, see, well, you veteran of the church. You're a trustee. You know, you really had to know your stuff to be on the trustee board. Y'all don't know nothing about all that. Listen, I'm asking you all to really give Mississippi some consideration and contact if you can. We're trying to reach out to find out what we can do. But State Representative Hester Jackson McCrae and her committee of District 40 of DeSoto County is getting together non-perishable items for collection. We're going to get that flyer. I don't have it right now, but I'll get that flyer. And we're asking North Mississippi, we really need to come together. Now, they got Memphis and y'all go shopping over there. I ain't trying to tell you what you're doing with your money or whatever the case may be. Good morning to Diane Black. See, Diane Black is, she is the supervisor of women for the Magman Morning Show. You know, she's the general supervisor of women. General. See, that don't mean she just got a district or, you know, or she got a state or jurisdiction. She is the general. She's the head cheese lady. She is the head mother, women's auxiliary, the women's auxiliary. She's the head person of the women's department, general secretary. So I had to say that. But let me get back to this here, the relief. What they're going to do is they're putting the word out now. And we're going to get that information so that we can put it out also, and it'll go out on all of anything communication-wise with the Magman Morning Show. We got to do what we have to do to help people. And listen, let me tell you something. If Mississippi had it, if they had the resources, Diane, you know what I'm talking about. That's why I see if we had Diane Black, we have Benny Thompson. I'm not saying that he's not doing anything because Benny Thompson's district got hit too. The Delta got hit, and they're dealing with flood waters, folks. And you know, it's all kind of critters. I'm not saying that it is, but you got flood waters, and it's not receding fast enough for the efforts. Highway 61, if anybody know where Highway 61, if you're coming into Memphis or you going to Clarksdale, and I'd like to shout out to everybody in Clarksdale, Mississippi, to Orlando, Payton, who is Little Red, who's going to be the mayor, I believe, of the town, the city of Clarksdale. I know he's listening. I want him on board. If you, and I'm stressing and emphasizing this because if you don't take care of your own folks, if you're not looking out for your own folks, we send money everywhere. We send it to when they have hurricanes and tornadoes, and there are some disasters that going on around the world that the United States give everything. But now right here in our own home, in our own backyard where our roots are, folks, don't forget Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Louisiana, y'all know South Carolina, Tennessee, all around down there, Kentucky, all them southern states down there, that southern belt down there, that's where our roots come from. And if you cut the roots off, you can't get no nourishment, because why? The roots, folks, the leaves gonna fall. The leaves gonna fall every year on these trees. All this pollen and stuff. There's a certain reason that I'm saying all of this. The tree is nurturing, and life is there. All the leaves is just like hair. It falls and it grows out, and you get a haircut or whatever the case may be. But that tree is still strong. Mississippi is our roots, folks. Y'all need to tell somebody to listen to this and replay. Tell your friends, all your folks, tune in to this, because let me tell you something. Mississippi is always last in everything. Mississippi's always last in everything. Last in education, but got some of the best scholars at Jackson State University to all of you all that went to Valley and to Delta State. Y'all holler out your school. They give you all these alumni and all these clubs and sororities and all these other things. Mississippi needs some help. Where the Masons at? I ain't a Mason. I can't say nothing. I'm just going to tell the truth. I'm just going to tell the truth. We need to stop all this foolishness. Let me tell you something, folks. It's enough of us to take care of each other. Preachers, y'all got them buses and trucks and everything. Okay, get something together. Get in touch with District 40 with Representative McCray. Get in touch with these folks and say, hey, listen, I'm going to get in touch with Diane. She's the general supervisor of this show. Get in touch with some people. You got some people in your houses and where you go get your hair did and all those other things. I'm going to ask Keisha the stylist. Y'all put something up somewhere and tell them, say, hey, we need some help for the relief victims. Somebody may need some water. I don't want to see nobody's baby. Can you imagine a baby wanting to drink of water? You can't drink the water already in Mississippi. And can you imagine water needs to be here? You ain't got no shower. You ain't got no clean clothes. You get the stuff that they give you. But there's some real needs, folks. And if we come together and help together and band together with the people that know what's going on and knowing how to move and to shake. So you got to know some people in politics. You got to know some people down in your capital and in Washington, D.C. and in your city halls. I want to know who the mayor is. I want to know who the alderman is where I live at. If I have a problem, if you want me to vote for you, you better sure enough find out who I am. We have a voice, and I'm the voice of the people. I'm the voice. WVON, you say they're the voice of the Negro. I'm the voice, just the Mac Man voice. I'm the voice. And I'm asking all of you all to do is to just get in touch and I'm going to put my email address up. Alice, if you can help me out, I ain't mean to do all this hollering and carrying on. Brother Lee ain't got here yet, but I just have to emphasize this. If you can put it in the chat, put our email address in the chat. And if you got information, I will pass it on. We're going to go. We're going to more than likely go live to the relief efforts that are coming. That are going to be happening. I'm going live when they're collecting. I'm going live with the state representative, her representatives, the mayors, Ms. Diane. I'm going with everybody. And I'm going to go live. The MacMan Morning Show, MacMan going live. I got my microphone that's coming. I got a brand new microphone that's coming. Thank you, Jesus, and hallelujah. I'm going to be ready right live. Y'all going to see me. I'm going to be out there, and we're going to put a flyer together with information that's going to run until it ain't going to supposed to run no more. We're not leaving Mississippi out. You think about your big mamas and your grandmamas and them that come from Mississippi and Alabama and Arkansas. You went down there in the summertime. Every summer I had to come to Mississippi at least for a month or two. My mama doggone near left me here, but I wouldn't have mind because you know something. I found out who my people were. I found out who Daisy McCrae was and Melissa McCrae and Mark McCrae, my grandmother and my grandfather, and the significance that they left down there in Quitman County. Oh, I'm going to toot my own horn now. They fed people that were hungry. They looked out for people. There wasn't nobody hungry around there that Brother Mark McCrae didn't know that you didn't have anything. Don't slaughter a hog. Oh, y'all don't know nothing about all of that. You got to, if you slaughter a hog, everybody got something to eat. See, that's when people really had love in their heart for folks. Y'all get mad and get upset and get all sophisticated and everything. Like I wear Gucci now. We don't do all that hog flesh. We got Canadian bacon. All it is ham. Canadian bacon. We don't do that. I got quarter links and this and that and the other. But see, I remember when Mama cooked, she cooked whatever was on the table. That's what you ate. We didn't have all these old fancy children and folks like that with all this old stuff and foolishness. Forgive me, y'all. Every summer I went there, I had to go. I said, why am I going down here? And I didn't want to come home. They were, it's time to go. Time to go? And I get to crying, hollering, because, I developed friendships and things like that. And something got a hold of me. I didn't know years later that I'd be in this region. I had no idea whatsoever, but I thank and praise God for what he's doing because he's blessing us right now. Yeah, we're going to look out for our folks in Mississippi. I'm about tired of people dissing Mississippi. You're not going to diss Mississippi. Okay, you can't diss. That's my roots where I come from. Don't give me the hollering because I tell the truth, shame the devil. God had planted my family here and my roots are here. I never thought I'd be able to say it. I was born in Chicago. I was West Side baby, Mount Sinai Hospital. First black baby at Mount Sinai Hospital. I'm a little historic. But Mama couldn't make it to county. And Uncle James saw the first hospital by Uncle James. God bless you, Uncle James, up there. James McCrae Sr. I'm blessed because he got up in there, so it took me to Mount Sinai. I born there. I couldn't make it to the county, so I'm grateful. And she named me after him, and I'm grateful for that. I love I thank God for where I come from. I didn't have a say into who my family is. All families have fight. It ain't a family in America that ain't had a fight. That you done strangled your brother or sister, done some harm, slapped you. My sister, God rest her spirit, my sister Linda thought she was my mom. But my sister Sally actually was my mom. God bless her spirit. My brother Savalle was bad, and my brother Earl, he was just rough, and Jerry, they were just rough. They knew the streets and everything. But you know something, I could not ask for. We always say, I wish you was my mom. I'm just grateful for who God put into my life and gave me an opportunity to have in my life. And you value your family. Don't just value your family when you at the mortuary or the funeral. See, I got country for real. I used to mortuary, funeral home. You know where I'm talking about. Them places then you go to Holland and falling out knowing you ain't did nothing for nobody. So all that you have not done for your relatives in the state of Mississippi, we're going to help them. And I'm going to get the information as soon as I can, and I'm going to put it together. Can the church say amen? I should have said. Y'all can. Y'all act like y'all can't say it. When we say amen, they say amen to the truth. That's right. The truth will make you free. It sets you and make you free. The truth will. So, okay, that's good there. Brother Lee will be here in a minute. I know he said this man has gone crazy about Mississippi, but I'm going to shout it. I ain't through yet. We're going to go to a break. This is, it's right now 19 after the hour of 9. We're going to go to our first break. This is the MagMan Morning Show. Mag Media Productions, Mag Media LLC. We are here at the MagMan Network, and we're going to do what we got to do. Little Reds is having, I'm going to tell y'all about this when I come back. There's something else I want to tell y'all about this week that I'm going to be on the road. It looks like it because we got work to do and we got a platform and we're going to use it. Welcome to all of y'all in the bushes that ain't saying nothing. It's good to see you. We'll be right back after these messages. Y'all stick around.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
You know, hello. Ow! Wait a minute. Hold on now. Hold on. Here we go.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Our families are precious. We work hard each and every day to make sure that they're safe and secure and have a future. Jones McDonald Insurance Agency, a full-service insurance agency, is here to help you with all of your needs, whether it be life, health, auto, home, or specialty insurance. Call Farmers Insurance Agent Latoya McDonald at 708-722-1538, 708-722-1538. Have you started a business or thinking about doing it? Don't have the right tools or have the right information? Well, I'm glad that you stopped by here. Rolanda Footman has a new ebook called Success Starts Here, giving you the tools necessary to build the winning mindset for entrepreneurs. You can get your free copy of this wonderful ebook by going to thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com, thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com to get your free copy. All MacMan Morning Show listeners will have this opportunity free to have this wonderful periodical that you can add to your business repertoire as far as going back to getting the things that you need for a successful business. thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com to get your free e-copy of Rolanda's wonderful book, Success Starts Here, that surely will give you the necessary tools to build a winning company. As we live life and grow, our number one concerns are having a life and a dream and a home, beauty, privacy, and security. Keys Home by Regina is here for you, a licensed and certified realtor in the state of Arkansas. Regina has the skills and the know-how and the patience to guide you through the rough rigors of owning your first piece of real estate. Whether it's commercial or residential, whether it's your first time buying a home or you're just looking to expand your real estate portfolio, I'm sure that there's something that Regina can do for you. So call her right now and get the ball rolling. From Humphrey to Whitehall to Redfield and to Pine Bluff, Keys Home by Regina will put you in the home that you've always wanted. So call Regina right now at 501-400-4655.
If you never have fun like this, you know
I told y'all I had a special announcement that I wanted to give also about Little Red and Big Red's Blues. Now, not only is Little Red the proprietor, owner of that great establishment, who's been one of our sponsors for he's one of our anchor sponsors along with Keisha the Stylist, the Lock Goddess of Memphis. They've been our anchor sponsors from day one. Well, Little Red has another job also. He is a legislator, and he is a state representative that represents a wide worth of constituents, but mainly you could say Coahoma County and the city of Clarksdale. Little Red is an educator, and he years in the school system, very successful advocate for children and education, a wonderful, brilliant career in the legislature, and he is well respected. He is well respected in the city of Clarksdale. As a matter of fact, there is a runoff that Little Red and another opponent, I don't know who he is, but the Magman Morning Show officially will and always will endorse Orlando Payton, who is the runoff candidate for the Democratic nomination for the office of mayor. He is qualified, not just as a Democrat, but he is qualified. He has been proven, tried and true, even in the midst of trouble and in the midst of things that he had to do. And he continued to keep his family's business, his family's reputation there in not just his district and in the state, but in that city. He will be a great mayor. He will be a great chief executive of the city. And not just as a chief executive, but you all know that y'all can go up there and speak to him and say hello to him. And you can also, he's approachable. Now, listen, this Friday, if I'm not mistaken, this Friday evening, there will be a gathering at Red's Blues Lounge in Clarksdale, Mississippi, on behalf of Little Red, Orlando Payton, who I know I'm rooting for him to be mayor, Diane Black, of the city of Clarksdale. He has been a mainstay, a dear friend of mine, and I'm going to be there. They go live. I don't know. I might have. Morning show will promote. I'm going to promote those things that are positive for our community. He's not only is he a resource and knows how to bring the funding necessary to get the streets and to get the protection and to bring things up in the wonderful, beautiful city of Clarksdale. After people, you got white flight and things like that, and people abandon cities. We need to be rooting for the Delta. Beautiful place. I used to go to the New Roxy Theater down there. That's when I came here in the summer. And we always go. I look forward to it. I thought town was like when you go into the towns of Lambert and things like that. They had the dollar store and all that stuff. It was really, really nice. You went to Clarksdale. You went somewhere because they had nice buildings. It was a lot of people. There was a lot of hustle and bustle, a lot of commerce and everything. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, I don't know whether it was how the civil rights movement had went, people left and abandoned these places. Because why? God gave us an opportunity through the civil rights movement to elevate and to be in a position where we need to be as human beings, men, women, boys, and girls. He gave us that opportunity. And they said, well, we'll pull out of these places and let's see how they're going to survive. But let me tell you something. God always have somebody that's going to step up to the plate, just like in Dalton, just like in all these other places that we talk about. There are people that need to have people that have a heart. You got to have a heart. Is there anybody that got a heart? That ain't got a malice and ain't evil and ain't jealous heart and ain't stingy and ain't selfish. That's not, I said ain't, I know that that's not proper English for a broadcaster to use, but then I had to sometime I got to let you know where I'm coming from. If not, I have already. I'm going to leave that alone. I done fussed enough this morning. Good morning, Grand Rising to all of you. Brother Lee's in the way there. I got one more story. And I wanted to say, I had to get this is the Magman Morning Show. We're going to make sure y'all don't go nowhere. Wait a minute. Hold on one second. I got another story that I want to um, show you all. A lot of you all heard about the Dominican Republic and so forth and so on, and a lot of y'all might have been there. I never been there before, nothing like that. But they had these not wild parties, but they'd be partying rooftop and everything, and something tragic happened, and I don't know. We haven't gotten any reports. Wait a minute. That they had not heard from say that this is what happened. So I did some research and I pulled it up, and we're going to go to it in a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I have it right here, courtesy of NBC. This was all that I could find. This was the collapse of the club in the Dominican Republic this past evening. I ain't fussing. I just had to tell the truth, Shane Dell. As I was saying, the tragedy that happened. Here, let me get this happy anniversary out of the way because that's not appropriate. That's not appropriate for what? There's no viewer discretion. There's no gore or anything like this. This is general news footage that was given out with this instead. Thank you, Lord, for another anniversary. I appreciate it. I know I'm grateful. All right, we're going to go to this real quick. This is the events that happened on I think yesterday. Hold on a second. Here we go.
In the Dominican Republic tonight, amid an urgent search for survivors. The roof of this Santo Domingo nightclub collapsed early Tuesday, officials say, killing at least 66 people, with more than 160 others injured. We have trust in God that we will still rescue more alive from the ruins, the president said. Rescue teams seen here from above, combing through the massive pile of broken concrete and metal, searching for any signs of life. Loved ones waiting anxiously outside, scanning lists of names, hoping for news. We didn't see her name, one relative said. She's still in there. This video appears to show the moments just before the roof caved in, seemingly unsuspecting patrons enjoying a night out at Jet Set Club. Then, a loud crash and screams. Officials have not said what caused the fatal collapse. The disaster unfolding during a performance by merengue singer Ruby Perez, who officials say is among the dead. The show, attended by politicians, athletes, and more. Photos of the scene show the fallen roof in pieces, crumbling cement walls, and piles of debris. Nelsie Cruz, a governor in the DR, died in the collapse, calling the president from under the rubble, according to the country's first lady. Also killed, former MLB players Tony Blanco and Octavio Dotel. The New York Mets holding a moment of silence at tonight's game to honor their former teammate and all the victims. Tonight, a country in mourning as all government resources are deployed to continue the desperate search for survivors. Priscilla Thompson, NBC News.
And we want to thank NBC News for that wonderful report. For that video. I hate saying it was wonderful, but it lets you know, folks, there are people that are still missing. They have not completed the count. It was very, 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 very tragic situation. Disasters everywhere. We need to keep our minds and our heart. Be careful where you're going these days, folks. You got to be, I'm not saying you can't go to your destinations or anything. There are a lot of Americans that were there. There are a lot of black people that were there, that look just like they're vacationing and they're there. They sent me, the information on it, and I told the person that sent it to me that I would put this out. Y'all pray for them and pray for those family and those rescue workers over there as they do. It's painstaking. Imagine we have everything, Yeah, they said one Chicago, and thank you, Sharon. One Chicago White Sox. He was a former White Sox player. So there was a lot of prominent people in there. The governor of that region in the Dominican Republic was also, as you saw, was tragically unalived. And what am I saying, folks? Disaster can happen anywhere. I didn't say that to make you feel bad or anything like that, but disaster can happen anywhere. Don't forget about Mississippi. I got some information that was sent to me. Oh my, forgive me. That was, I got a, thank you. I have the information from the representative's office, and I'm going to put it together. We're going to do what we have to do. And like I said, the McMahon Morning Show is going to go wherever they're collecting this stuff. We're going to go. I think it's over at one of the regional libraries or something that they're going to get together. Get out, folks, and do what you can. Get out and do what you can. And those of you that are viewers of this program and viewers of the McMahon Morning Show and listeners everywhere, tell your friends, put the live up if you can. Let people know, not for clicks and views. I'm not here to gossip or anything, but there's some dire needs here. And as a reporter and a broadcaster, my job is to bring you the reports, to bring you the news, to bring it to you, and to let you know what's going on. I'd like to say good morning to Betty Lott up there in the city of Chicago. Betty Lott from my home church, the Sweet Holy Spirit Church, is only a test. She's the only one that can sing. She was at a concert. I just wanted to reach out to her and say hello. They were in concert honoring Bishop Trotter. And only a test. You ain't heard nothing till you heard Betty Lott sing. And I just wanted to say hello to her. And also to Bernice Franklin, who had a wonderful birthday on yesterday. They sang to her and everything. And you know they ate good because Corliss is the caterer of the family. And you know they had all kinds of delicious things. I just want to say hello to all of them. Michelle Franklin and everybody, to Lori and everybody up there in the city of Chicago. Congratulations to our friends in Dalton. Congratulations to Little Red. We're going to be staying on you. Congratulations to all of y'all, because y'all might have done something and nobody said congratulations. So congratulations from the Mac Man. I got Brother Lee is here with us today. Brother Lee, I forgot to, okay, he's here with us, our chief commentator and commentator extraordinaire. Brother Lee, I did a little fussing today. They say I did some fussing, but then, it's a serious situation that's going on with relief efforts in Mississippi are not going as well as we think, and we got to come together. Other areas are getting the help that they need. If you know what I'm saying, it's still, and people don't believe disaster money goes to prominent areas. I'm not saying that they're cheating or anything, but those areas get some priority because of who their representatives are. You got to keep your representatives accountable, and it's their responsibility to bring the resources. And I'm grateful to Representative McCray and the rest of the people that she's working with doing what they do. Brother Lee, come on in here, man. There's some things happening with the Dominican Republican, the people that are out there. I'm just, hey, man, I don't know. It's just something how I hope we don't forget about them. But come on in, Brother Lee, give you greetings and everything. It's good to have you here again. One great morning.
A great day, everybody. New beginnings. I like to say about the Dominican Republic, and you got to understand where you are geographically. The Dominican Republic is located on the same island as Haiti. They share that space, that island together. So if we're asking about the Dominican Republic, I mean, at times we should mention Haiti. At times they're having some problems over there too. Not that to that extent of that night.
You're absolutely right, Lee. You're absolutely right.
So, and I like to say this: the Dominican Republic is a African country. They have Africans in the Dominican Republic. They're black folks there. They're uh, African Dominicans. Just like we say we're African Americans, they're African Dominicans. Just like they're African Haitians. We must say those things so people can understand about the geography and and what people are there. They are us, just like Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is African Puerto Ricans. Jamaican, African Jamaicans. See, if we gonna tell the truth, tell the truth. Educate the kids, educate the grown-ups. Let them know in that Caribbean nation and area, those are black folks. Those are black folks, all of them. Cuba, African Cubans. You got light-skinned Cubans, you got dark-skinned Cubans. It's like you got light-skinned black folks, you got dark-skinned black folks. You got them all shades. But we're all Africans. And those things we have to start off with saying in the beginning, let people know that we are everywhere. And, that's the thing about Mississippi and the flooding and the damage from the hurricanes and everything from the storms. And we have to understand this, that FEMA, we have to make that phone call. Don't say, woe is me, make the phone calls. FEMA will answer the phone 24 hours a day. Get on the phones, keep calling, because they will respond. Don't say, well, we don't have representation. Make the phone calls. Because I made phone calls to FEMA and I had no problem. They answered right away. No matter where I live, they answered the phone. And you tell them what you need. You tell them, you give them the information and see if they respond. If they don't respond, let the people know. Let your congressmen know. Let your representatives in your state, in your area, in your district, your town, your street, let them know. But first, make the phone calls. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think, not what I heard, not what I saw, but I'm telling you by experience. Call FEMA while they're still answering the phones. They have the funds and the resources to help you. But if you say, oh man, they're not going to respond, I'm not going to come. Well, of course, if you don't make action, you will get nothing done. And that's the thing. We sit around and we say, well, oh man, I need some food, but I can't. Well, go to the food pantries. They're there. That's what they're there for. If they're not doing their job, let us know. But if we're not going to respond and do what we need to do, then nothing's going to get done. And like in the Dominican Republic, I'm going to tell you something now. Say those are black folks there. We say, well, there's got some Americans from over there. Well, they're all black over there. Now we have tourists like we have tourists here. But you're not no more important just because you're from America than you is from Dominican Republic. We're not, they got Americans over there, they got hurt. Well, no, they got people over there that got hurt. They're us.
That's right.
So when we say, yeah, there's a couple of Americans, no, there's thousands of people, millions of people over there in the Dominican Republic and Haiti and all those islands over there, Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, American Virgin Islands, they still black folks over there. The majority of people in that Caribbean nation is black, is African. And that's one thing we have to educate the people on. They like us. The boat just stopped there. That's the thing.
You say the boat just stopped there, Brother Lee?
Yeah, that's just one of many stops. See, that's the thing. We were saying, well, even the Cubans think that they're different. They don't think that they're African. Yes, they are. The Dominicans don't think that they're Yes, they are. The Puerto Ricans think that they're some kind of new kind of race. No, you're African. They don't even mention African in their name. They don't say, well, we're African Puerto Rican. We're African Jamaican. We're the only country in the world that says African before we say the name of the country. Every other country says, I'm Canadian. Not African Canadian. I'm Canadian. We're the only country in the world who says that. Why is that? That's the thing.
Mm.
That's the question we should ask ourselves because I think that we started off, and here's the thing, we're not ashamed of being who we are. I think those other countries are ashamed of being who they are. That's why they don't put African in their name. And I would like for somebody to say something different to me. That's what I have to say.
There's and you're absolutely right. And it's not that it's an oversight. It is, and you're looking at it, and where are these things are the impact? They said that the weight of the rooftop and how it happened, of course, construction thing. There were tragedies that have happened in clubs, especially there was one on in Chicago. I think it was on Wabash or something, and they had that club that had filled in. All those people were in there, and these are our people. These are the people. These are, like he said, these are human beings. And they're right. And then you look at the thing, it's a dividing line. And they say, well, what you mean? Now, Brother Lee had made something real interesting. On the island where the Dominican Republic is, there is Haiti, where they're right next to each other. There's a borderline that divides them. You go over into Haiti, God help you. But the Dominican Republic, folks, I'm not talking about race or anything, but then they got a little bit to do with it. Skin color and things like that, that a lot of the Haitians would use bleaching creams to match up with their light-skinned brothers and sisters over on the other side. Then you say, Mr. Mack, why are people so excited about the Dominican? And I'm saying this in the sense that gets you to see and to really think. Them ball players are down there. That's money. We don't know who's in that crowd. You got a lot of money that comes through there. The reputations and the beaches and the resorts and the play. It's a port of millions and millions of people come to the Dominican. They make it their annual business to go there. So there's commerce there. There's money there. They can't have that going on. Versus over in Haiti, where people are scraggling for food and for resources right over the border. Just say, for instance, right over the border, we're right here, Mississippi's right here, and Tennessee's right here, and there's a line right here. It's totally different in Memphis than it is in North Mississippi. When you cross the 55 and you see "Welcome to Mississippi," the law, the ways of life, the quiet and the peace is there. You don't hear nobody shooting and carrying on because certain things are tolerated in certain places. Haiti is still a beautiful country. It is their shoreline is really, really beautiful. But then, that somebody somewhere is going to say, well, we need to go up in there and take over, or there are too many rebels like they did in Cuba. Cuba was like the Las Vegas of that area. Resorts, everything. There was so much money down there. They can gamble. They can do this. They can do that. And they own the government down there. But something happened in that region. Like Lee said, there are black people. There are African Cubans. There's African Puerto Ricans. There are African Caribbean, Dominicans. There are African Haitians.
I like to
Come on, Lee. I'm just,
I like to interject into that Cuban. I'll get to the rest of those countries in a minute, but I'd like to interject in Cuba. Here's the thing: Cuba was well, they had commerce because the Europeans came down there and they put their funds in these casinos and everything, and they were corrupt. And the thing is that they had a revolution and they threw those Europeans out. And the thing is that when they threw them out, there was no investment in that country because United States says they're a communist country. Here's the thing: I read about communism and socialism, and I'm gonna tell you like this: we talk about socialism and communism and stuff, and how we are against it as a country, but we have communists type of programs in our country. You know, what do you think Social Security is? What do you think welfare is? What do you think police is? What do you think you paying for police? That's a form of socialism. You know, you got schools, public schools. That's a form of socialism. You know, you got Social Security. That's a form of socialism. You know, so I could go on and on. And we talking like this is not a socialist country. Yes, this is. And most countries in this world is a socialist country in a way that, you know, I'm gonna tell you, some African countries are less socialist than some what we call in the U.S. because they have to pay for education. They pay for their kids to go to school, you know. But here you can have public education. So when we talk about socialism, we have to understand what it is. Don't believe what the government tells you when they say this is a capitalistic united country. No, this is a more of a imperialistic country. You know, yeah, they give us some socialist programs, but at the same time, you got the corporations that are running the United States, and you can look this up and see. We're talking about like I'm kind of veering off the subject here, but I would go back to like the Dominican Republic, and you say Haiti and Dominican Republic look so different because you know Haiti was one of the first, if not the first, black country that pulled away in that uprising. They were slaves. They rebelled against the slave masters and they took over their country. And because they done that, they've been paying for it ever since. There haven't been no investment in that country. They have corrupted that country by corrupting the leaders in that country. The powers that be, the Europeans, have corrupted that country and made it like it is because it's one of the poorest countries in this hemisphere. Actually, it's the poorest country in this hemisphere, you know. So that's the thing. I mean, they're not a communist country, and not per se, but no one wants to invest in that country because it's an African country. It's an African Haiti country. And you got the Dominican Republic, you know. Here's the thing with them is that they choose to invest in that country. And the thing is, when you take money out of that country called Haiti and you don't invest in it, you don't put money in it, you put corrupt leaders in that country. I know some Haitians, and they were talking about those leaders and how they were corrupt, and that's the thing. But those leaders were backed by European countries. Europeans, you Caucasians, I would say, like,
and the United States too.
That includes them. That includes them. You know, they pulled money out of Cuba just because Cuba wanted to be independent. You know, they didn't want to put any money into Cuba, but you'll put money into other countries, even communist. We invest in communist countries. We send money to Russia as far as buying grain, selling them grain, and doing certain things for them. I mean, we do things for them, for Russia, where we won't do it for Cuba, because Cuba is a dark-skinned country. It's an African country. And see, that's the thing. We can't look at this news and say, well, they say, well, they're a communist country. This country does this, and we are in the United States is a country where we start wars and we blame the country that we started the war with. We undermine countries all the time. We're undermining countries right this second. We're going over there and we're undermining the countries like in Venezuela. We're corrupting that country. Venezuela.
Well, Lee, hold on 1 second. If you give me 1 second, let's take a break real quick and come right back. Hold your thought, because I want you to continue. We're gonna pay a couple of homages and bills right quick. You're listening to the Mac Man Morning Show live right here on YouTube, right here, Mag Media Productions, Mag Media 3 Productions, LLC, right here, each and every morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be right back.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
As we live life and grow, our number one concerns are having a life and a dream and a home, beauty, privacy, and security. Keys Home by Regina is here for you, a licensed and certified realtor in the state of Arkansas. Regina has the skills and the know-how and the patience to guide you through the rough rigors of owning your first piece of real estate. Whether it's commercial or residential, whether it's your first time buying a home or you're just looking to expand your real estate portfolio, I'm sure that there's something that Regina can do for you. So call her right now and get the ball rolling. From Humphrey to Whitehall to Redfield and to Pine Bluff, Keys Home by Regina will put you in the home that you've always wanted. So call Regina right now at 501-400-4655. Our families are precious. We work hard each and every day to make sure that they're safe and secure and have a future. Jones McDonald Insurance Agency, a full-service insurance agency, is here to help you with all of your needs, whether it be life, health, auto, home, or specialty insurance. Call Farmers Insurance Agent Latoya McDonald at 708-722-1538, 708-722-1538.
And we will be at Red's this Friday at, I think about 6 o'clock. We're going to be down there at 398 Sunflower Avenue in Clarksville, Mississippi this Friday to help our brother and our friend, Orlando Payton, who's getting ready to become mayor of the city of Clarksville. I believe that. So we're going to go down there, try to help him out. He has to jump a couple of hurdles before he gets there. He needs your support. We'll be there this Friday. Listen, Michelle Franklin I'm going to talk about this a little bit after Brother Lee had that final part of his commentary, but we got to acknowledge Michelle Franklin. Michelle, happy birthday to your mother, wonderful mother, Bernice. Still get your tax returns in, folks. It's almost time. This is the 9th. I think the 15th is the deadline, but y'all get your stuff in. Get your free estimate without leaving home. She got a convenient ways for you to receive your refund if necessary. Business and personal business and 1099 customers. Schedule your estimate today. You'll get a 3-day, 2-night vacation with your refund. Call 708-296-3133. That's 708-296-3133. Also, we want you to support her credit restoration service and business and give you an opportunity to get your business credit, your business funding, your loans, get your consulting. Also from Michelle, 708-296-3133. Pizza Pro XL down in Marks, Mississippi. We're just happy and elated to know that several people have been hired onto the staff of Pizza Pro XL. Y'all keep supporting black business, keep supporting businesses that are there in our community, and we're grateful to her for all that she's doing. Y'all get down there, order your lunch. It's almost that time. Y'all get yourselves together, and y'all get these delectable. Y'all can't have this if y'all at work. That's only for after work and things like that. But wonderful, wonderful menu. Wonderful food, great people, great personality. Miss Bridget Wright is down there. Y'all give her a call down there and support her business. That area code 662-326-3006. That's 662-326-3006. That's Pizza Pro XL Marks, Mississippi. We're grateful and we are elated to say that St. Patrick's is open. We did not get an opportunity to get there for the soft grand opening, but we're still in negotiations to get there. Brother Lee is going to go and check it out. If he ain't checked it out, I'll not check it out. But he's going to go and see what's going on. I've heard rave reviews, 5 levels. It's a 5-story building, and it's really wonderful. Architecturally sound, folks. It is a sound building. I don't know. People will try to hate on you for no reason. But we're going down there, up there to support. I'm going to see the report from Brother Lee when he tells me, he's going to tell me some things, and we're going to set some things up with them. Also, we'd like to thank Miss Tiffany Kamar for all of her hard work, her and her wonderful husband, for what they do. Y'all keep praying for our sponsor in Arkansas. I haven't heard from our sponsor, Regina Mosley. You all in Arkansas, y'all reach out over there in Pine Bluff. I'm not saying anything bad has happened or anything like that, but there are some severe damages over there in Arkansas, and we're hoping and praying for her and her family, her business, and her, her family and her brothers, family and children and everything. We're just praying that all is well. Happy anniversary to the McMahon Morning Show. Y'all already know that it is our anniversary. Happy anniversary to all of you all that have listened, even those of you all that have listened in the bushes. We're grateful for you being here. Brother Lee is back, and I'll have a little something else, but Brother Lee is back, and I want you to continue, Brother Lee, with your commentary, and we'll go further. Go ahead, Brother Lee.
No, I just like to say in closing that you know, we can't be comfortable with our poverty. We can't be comfortable with our uneducated or our underserved, our unrepresented people. The thing is that we were told by our pastors and our preachers and our priests and everything and our rabbis that the poor will be with us always, and that's an excuse. That's an excuse because you look in the Caucasian community, they can clean that up. They can give them the resources and needs and the things that they need. They get those things, and then you go to our communities and the thing is that we have representation. We got powerful politicians in some of our communities, but our communities still look like it does. And why is that? Because they're paid off. Some of these politicians don't do what they said they were going to do when they were sent to the capitals, the state capitals, the mayors, the city councils, and the White House, and the House of Representatives. And when they're sent to these places, they don't do what they were promised they promised to do. And we see our communities and we say, dang, the ghettos is the ghettos. It don't take 200 years. It don't take 100 years. It don't take 50 years. It don't take 50 years. It don't take 10 years to fix a community. And just like they can build a stadium, a sports stadium for your town, your state, and they can build it in 2 years and turn it around. Bam, they got a brand new stadium. The community is nice and clean and everything. They did that in 2 years. Why come you can't do that in our community? Why come we not a stadium, but why come you can't fix that in our community? We got some of the poorest states with the nicest facilities for sports events. We got some of the poorest communities. You got the nicest stadiums. You got some of the college sports stadiums and pro sports stadiums in the country. They're in some of the most poorest states. And you wonder how some of them have 3 and 4 stadiums. You go to some states and they got 3 or 4 sports teams. But you go to their communities, go to the African communities, and you see that our communities are dilapidated. They're falling apart. our schools are falling apart. You know, you can go to your old school and that you went to 20, 30, 40 years ago, and it's still standing. The kids are still going to school there, and the building is falling apart. And that's the lowest priority. The lowest priority in our community is our kids, is our schools. And that should be the highest priority. But that's the lowest priority. You know, our stores, and lack of grocery stores is the lowest priority. You know, we being taken advantage of in our communities. And see, we eat poor products, we get high gasoline. You know, we pay high prices, and we get the lowest service, we get the lowest quality of food. You know, when you go in our community, gasoline is higher, and we can afford less of it because we make less money. But our prices is sky high. We pay high prices for low quality food. We pay high prices for gasoline, but we don't have the jobs, the type of income coming in that we can afford higher prices for gasoline. You go in the Caucasian community, their gas prices are lower, their food prices are lower. Everything is lower for them, but they can afford more, but they pay less.
Yeah.
And
But that's why we
we
go
don't.
to the suburb. You know what, but Lee, you know, you're exactly right. I'm agreeing with you. You can go to a shop in the inner city, and man, you paying. I mean, the Arabs are even getting there. You know, they had single eggs, man, for 59 cents. They skyrocket. I mean, you can get. I mean, you got to go outside your area even to find the grocery store in some of these food deserts. You're exactly right. They go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, that's a fact, man. And the thing is that I'm gonna tell you something that's really strange in our community. You, a black person cannot start a business in a white neighborhood or Arab neighborhood or Asian neighborhood or Indian neighborhood. We can't. They won't allow us to open up a business in their community, but they're in our community. They open up a store in our community. That's the first place they start their businesses, in our community. Charge us the highest prices because our politicians allow this. They allow them to come in our community, set up a business, sell inferior products, and take advantage of our people in our own community, and tell us that, you know, we can't have a grocery store, but you can have this Arab store on the corner. You can have this where they sell just about everything, including bad vegetables, bad fruits, higher chips, higher everything. All these things that the kids don't need, they serve in our communities. But you go in their community and say, look, I want to open up a store in your community. They say, no, you can't. You will not go in a Caucasian community and find a black store. You will not go in a Arab community and find a African American store. You will not go in an Asian community and find an African American store. But you go in our community, you'll find all of them in our community. Is that they have access, or is they special? No, we are denied that right. We're denied those opportunities. And see, and that's the thing. You go in our community, you can't find a decent store because, you know, they won't allow us to get. We can't get that kind of resources. We can't get those opportunities. We have to fight and demand for our opportunities. We got to start, like the sister brother was saying. We have one of our sponsors that can help you start a business. We have to be starting entrepreneur businesses. We have to be starting these businesses that can uplift our communities. We can do it. We have over $1 trillion in our community that's going outside of our community. You know, and that's the thing. Our dollars don't recycle. Our dollars don't recycle. Their dollars recycle. And before it even leaves, if it ever leaves, their dollars recycle, and maybe their dollars leave. But our dollars go in our pocket, out the community. It don't recycle but one time. And it doesn't recycle. One time is not a recycle. It goes in
No.
and boom. It just, that's it. You know, we can't wait to give somebody else our dollar. That's not us. Because, and I'm going to tell you some Caucasians have put the word out, and it's disinformation that our products are inferior, our service is inferior. You know what? That's
But
propaganda.
we not. They're not
That's
the only
pro-
ones that do it. We
I
do it. We
know, I
do it
know.
too.
That's saying
Yeah.
we took the ball and ran with it. But Caucasians can give you crappy service too, and they do it all the time. Caucasians screw you around all the time, but we have tagged that on us.
Always. Yes. True.
We
Yes.
have
Go
tagged that
ahead. Go
on
ahead.
us. And the thing is that we have to understand that they got a propaganda going with us. We have to be more entrepreneur. I'm gonna tell you something. The way to just survive this and any situation economically in our community is to be entrepreneurs. The time to say, yeah, I would say, yeah, get an education, no question about it. Hopefully, with that education, you can get a position and you can elevate your family financially. But I'm gonna tell you this: it's not like it was before, where you could get a position and you could get a pension and you could work towards something. You could work there 10, 20 years and retire. Those days are over. Those days are over. The unions are shrinking. The opportunities to work at a position for 10, 20 years, it's over. You're disposable. We are disposable. And understanding that, so we have to create our own economy because we're counting on somebody else to give us a job, give us a position to take care of our
Well,
families. And when you counting on somebody else to give you something, you're walking on a razor blade because you can just slip and fall and then cut you right in half. So that's the thing. We have to be entrepreneurs. We have to
yes.
start our business, no matter how small the business is. Let's get it started. We say, well, I don't have $1,000. Started with $100. Started with $50. Sell newspapers on the corner. You know what? That's the thing. We used to be entrepreneurs, but we sold newspapers on the corner. We had a corner candy store. We had something, something to get it
You
going.
had a paper route too. I'll never
Yes,
forget
yes,
you had a
sir.
paper
Yeah,
route.
yeah, yes,
You
I
were
did.
good paper. Yeah, yeah. Chicago
Yes, I did.
today.
And we got corner stores. We had corner stores. We had alley mechanics, but they were growing. Well, then they would get their own shop. Someone would just start working on cars on the street, and then they get their own shop. Like my brother, he started on the street. He got his own shop. Then he grew his own shop, and he kept growing that shop. And then he got a car wash. Then he got a nightclub. He started that. Him and his wife started that from virtually nothing, and they grew that thing and kept growing it. And he was just an alley mechanic fixing cars on the street. And see, that's the
Well,
thing. And
don't
he
call him
kept
an alley mechanic. Call him a shade
yeah.
tree mechanic. At
Well,
least.
well, he started in the city. He started in the city, so he was working in the alleys. And he was an alley mechanic. He grew it from nothing, and he kept growing it by God's grace. And that's the thing. We got to be entrepreneurs now. We can't count on somebody else to give us something. We can't. I worked at several companies, and I said several companies, and most of those, all of those companies were Caucasians. The majority of them Caucasian. Every company I've worked for the last 20 years, I had worked for the last 20 years was a Caucasian company. I was the first black person they ever hired. Every place I went, I was the first black person to get in there. And the thing is, they like money. They like the fact that I can make them money. And that's what they went against their own hate until they say, look, I'm done with you. You brought us to a point, and they would let me go. And the thing is that I found out that I learned while I was there. I learned how they operate. I learned how they do business. And you know what? They promised me every time I went to one of those companies, they say, Lee, you got a job for life. They say, you're family. And every time they say our family, I was gone. So what they promise you and what they do don't make sense. And that's the thing. A job can tell you got a job for life, and next minute they'll tell you you're gone. So don't believe them. When they tell you your family, you're not. When they tell you you're gonna be here as long as you want to be here, that's not true. So at the same time you're there, I say save your coins, get your business knowledge. Like the spook who sat behind the door, he sat there and learned.
Watch out now.
That brother sat there and learned how they operate. And he took that out and took it to the streets. And that's what we have to do. Sit there. We have to learn. Learn. Keep your eyes open, your ears open. And you know what? And then we innovate. We grow. And that's the thing, is that innovation. You take what you know and add to it. You take what you know and create on it. And that's the thing. See, we say, well, I'm going to do it like they did it. No, you do it better than they did it. You know, you take what they do and you do it better. You make it better. And that's like most of the inventions that are made in these United States were made by us. You can look it up. You got to dig deeper to find out, but you look it up. We've had a hand in almost every invention that was ever invented in these United States and outside of these United States too. So we got the creative minds. We just have to activate it again. That's what I have to say, my brother.
Man, that's it. That Brother Lee's commentary today, man, and I'm grateful because he brought that up. Listen, if Foxy, if you're in the chat still, please put your information in. You too, Alice, please. Foxy has her own channel, and Alice also. We want to support those that support us. If you would like to put it in, I'm not selfish about it. We want to do that, Brother Lee. I'm grateful to you for everything that you have presented to us today. You know something? We got a opportunity. Once we get this panel, we got to get a panel together. I'm working on it, and it seems to be coming together. Brother Lee and myself and others, we're going to come together and have a open discussion on the things that we talked about, like today, and the other things that really, really we can do the things we need to do. Entrepreneurship, and a lot of people say, "Man, how in the world do you not?" Yeah, there's Foxy's information for her channel. Y'all support her too. And thank you for being on the other day too. She was on another platform, and I had said I shouted out to her. You know, you got to connect and you got to network. But also, like I was saying before, we got to keep our eyes on what's important, and we can make it survival mode. He said it. It's survival mode, folks. We got to be able to come together and to do the things that we need to do. Yeah, it's okay to live and to enjoy, but we got to also know and keep in mind what's going on around about us. This is the Magman Morning Show, each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 a.m. on the East Coast. Right here on Mag Media Productions, Mag Media 3 Productions, LLC, the Magman Morning Show Network, and the network of affiliates that we have. WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Yes, they still carry our signal. I think they do. If they do, we still contracted with them. You say you're supposed to. Okay, thank you. Okay, hey, and it's a wonderful opportunity to network with everybody. Listen, we'll be back here tomorrow. Brother Lee will be here with us. We're going to have another show. We're rolling in the week. This is Wednesday, and we got a lot to do. Please remember those victims. We're going to get that information out starting on tomorrow morning show from Representative McCrae's office about the relief efforts that they're going to be making. Wherever they're going to be, I'm going to go live. Get my cameraman. We're going to go live, and we're going to do this relief effort. If they can do the Jerry Lewis Telethon and all that other stuff, and they did some other things and raise money for this, we can take care of the people in North Mississippi. Shout out to you all also in WKRA listening area in Holly Springs. You're not going to be forgotten. And Raven Archery and all of you all that are over there, Raven is raising funds also along with the delegation that that District 40 State Representative Daisy of District 40 is doing also in this district to help out also. So we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the Magman Morning Show. I'm James Mack, your host. Be good to somebody, love somebody. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's the Mac Man Morning Show. It's the Mac